Hello dear Sinceres, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Cynthia Sincere and I'm an astrologer and holistic coach. And today we are going to talk about the new moon in Libra that's going to happen on the 25th of this month of September, and it will be around 9:54 p.m. in UK time at 2 degrees and 48 minutes. And it's gonna be taking place on a Libra decan and a Scorpio duad. So new moon are times of new beginnings, almost like the period where the seeds are taking time to germinate and we still don't see nothing above the ground. Libra New Moon speaks of romance, beauty, art, aesthetics, fashion, fairness, justice, balance, equilibrium, contracts. Speaks of diplomacy, of seeking to have some kind of harmony within business dealings or with other people, and also speaks of romantic relationships and relationships in general. Is where one becomes two, and in this sign of the zodiac we start our journey towards another person. Therefore here the sun, which represents the individual self, is falling. The sun represents our individuality, our individual self. And in Libra, we have to somewhat consider another person's needs. We have to consider the other in the same equal footing as we do to ourselves. Therefore, the sense of justice, fairness, of balance between two parties, and seeking harmony that Libra is very much about. Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is all about love, harmony, beauty, aesthetics, art, comfort. Libra wants to meet the other person through romance and love, and so does Venus. They want to find companion for their life journey. And is also the opposite sign. Libra is the opposite sign to Aries, which is very much about self-focus, being the baby who needs to be selfish and needs to ensure that their needs are taken care of. In Libra, as in the autumn season, we somehow have reached halfway through our life's journey. When looking at the natal chart, we have what is called the hemispheres. Half of the hemispheres allude to the individual life journey. They are focused more on the self, on the person themselves. And then the upper half is kind of focused more on others, more going outwardly, is more social. But it's also where one is ready to start to focus on the outwardly life. And so here we are called to find the balance between the self and the other, to learn harmonious ways of relating to another person, but also where we are confronted with the dualities of relating to others, because it's always about the two, where we find friends, enemies, partnerships of all kind, while seeking a sense of justice, equanimity, and equality. Because Libra is very represented by the scale, where they seek equilibrium. I personally love seeing the relationship of the signs and seasons. I'd say that for Libra, the cardinal sign that starts the autumn is sextiling Leo, which is the peak of the summer, where we also speak of romance. Though in Leo is more of a kind of sexual, flirtatious way and is not always indicative of seriousness. Leo still is very focused and seeking fun. Leo is in the peak of the summer and we are enjoying the holiday season. The heat is intense and the temperatures are quite high. And we are also in celebration mode and trying to have some fun and enjoy life. In Libra, we will have now matured that romance that started in the summer into something more serious. We are now ready to begin a new life with a partner. Therefore, Libra rules the house that represents marriages, the 7th house, that we are now entering in a business contractual partnership, because marriage is a contractual partnership, we're starting that with another person, initiating a half phase of our life and leaving our own family of origin just to start to begin to create our own family. And how does marriages usually look like? They are filled with love and passion and romance, as if blessed by the goddess of love, Venus herself. Harmony, happiness, beauty, aesthetics. It's the maturation of Leo celebrations in a way, because it's kind of more refined. And as now we are not just one person having fun, but actually two people getting ready to start their life together and facing the upcoming months of the temperature decrease of autumn and winter. Libra as a cardinal is speaking of the beginning of starting this new second phase of our life as adults. But also to face the winter, we don't want to do it alone. And we are also getting ready to face society, to create relationships with others, and to partner with other people. So in this new moon, ask yourself, how is the relationship with others? Are you too self-focused, or can you also see the other person, the other, as important as you are? Or are you trying to people please too much? Are you too codependent? Do you love yourself when you are with other people? Do you feel self-love, or can you hold your own individuality and boundaries? And do this while at the same time respecting other person's individuality and boundaries, and still be in a relationship and work together? Or can you be fair? Use a sense of justice and find balance and equilibrium among your partnerships. Can you have a win-win situation, a win-win mindset of not just having the other person win, but both people win, of a give and take interaction and dealings that feel appropriate and balanced between two parties? Who can partner up with you? Whether it's your business or in romance or a project, can you use diplomacy, negotiation skills, and tact to sort out any conflicts, issues, frictions that can come up? And how are you with your aesthetics, with beauty, with your looks? It's not about comparing your physical attributes to some kind of image ideal of a celebrity or perfection that you see in magazines, but actually using what you got in a way that makes you feel more charming and more attractive, and getting in touch with your kind of more glamorous side of you, your artistic sense, and make yourself more appealing to the senses, to other people. Because this is also a form of communication to other people too. By you making an effort to feel good, to look more appealing and more delicious, and I say delicious in a nice way, you kind of inviting other people to come to you, to be curious and wanting to get to know you. It's a form of a gift to others as well, because what you are saying is that you are ready to meet them too, and you are interesting to get to know. So this new moon is ruled by Venus. Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is in Virgo. So you might be a bit shy or be quite analytical in the way you present yourself to others, or even how you face romance, and maybe even go to the extreme opposite and not quite know how you end up in a relationship with someone else, because Virgo is usually shy, but sometimes it can go the other way. And you don't know how you ended up in an interaction where you quite don't know how to manifest romance, the romantic side, or it's not coming out the best ways that you expect it to. You can also have a higher tendency to think more instead of going with the flow and enjoying yourself. Virgo is not a place that Venus likes very much. It doesn't feel very comfortable at. But on the good side, it brings a sense of organization, of cleanliness, attention to detail, a level of sharpness in the way that one dresses, for example, presents itself to the world, or deals with everything aesthetics and beauty. On the other hand, Virgo is a sign that can also be very self-critical or critical of others. And Venus is the planet of self-love, of love, and self-esteem. So you can be a little bit self-critical or kind of bit nitpicky with other people. But in this new moon, we also have a Scorpio dwad. Dwads speak more about the psychological side of where that planet is located, in the degrees that they are located. And in this case, it's Scorpio. So there might be some sensuality, some sexiness going on with the romantic relationships, or even in the way that you dress, there may be some more sexiness about it, or more intensity. Also brings in some depth and psychological profundity to the connections that we will tend to make and seek through this Libra new moon. The other things in the chart that we also have besides Libra new moon is Venus and Mercury are together as well, conjuncting in Virgo, making this Venus and consequently Libra more cerebral and mental because Mercury rules Virgo. So thinking more about beauty or thinking more about aesthetics or love or romance, more communicative, more analytical of relationships with others, speaking also in kind of more beautiful ways, trying to integrate love languages, but also be careful with being too self-critical or too critical of others, especially if they do not show you an image of your perfected ideal, or you feel somehow a need to have perfect looks or a perfect image or to be perfect, because Virgo can have this perfectionist tendency. Jupiter is also in the midpoint between Saturn and Uranus square, and though this is a tense aspect of Saturn and Uranus related with restrictions about the government versus the freedom of the people, Jupiter can bring a sense of adaptability, a sense of morality, justice in this midpoint with power, perseverance, endurance, determination. On the shadow side, there can be some irritability because this is still a tense aspect. There can be some irritability, some emotional tension, conflict, rebellion, urge for freedom that can be kind of a more impulsive or violent origin. Mercury is also trining Pluto, and it gives more intensity of thoughts and need to reach the root of the issues and understand things in more depth. There's also a Mars square with Neptune, Venus, and Mercury. Mars is in Gemini and is squaring Neptune, which can cause a bit of confusing and contradictory information or lack of clarity of the information. We may feel more prone to online verbal conflicts or be more precipitated and not read the messages correctly and just assume things without even thinking too much about them. Mercury is in Virgo. We may think we know and that the other person doesn't know as good as we do. But as it is retrograde, we may have to go back on our words and wish we thought a bit more before speaking. This new moon is also conjunct the super galactic center, which is at 2 degrees of Libra. And this supergalactic center is a supermassive black hole of gravitational force. This speaks of obsessive relationships or people that can suck us in by their kind of charm, their immense charm, charisma, glamour, beauty. But actually, they end up taking most of our energy, almost like a black hole. And we kind of feel a bit unable to escape them somehow, because we feel there is some kind of benefit we are also getting from them. And it also speaks of finding our own inner soulmate, our own inner man and inner woman, and integrating them as a way to heal our soul, but also heal our karma within ourselves and in our relationships to others. Mars is trine Saturn, which brings a lot of willpower, endurance, stamina, fighting on behalf of an authority. So this might be connected to war as well in some countries, or even fighting against an authority speaks of competition and assertiveness as well. And so that is it, dear sinceres. This is all I have to say for now for the new moon in Libra. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if so, please press like below or comment as well when you're going through this new moon or what plans you have for this new moon in Libra. Please also make sure to visit me at cynthiasincere.com and check out all the offerings and readings that I give, and subscribe to my website and to this channel as well. I hope to see you next time. May the cosmos and the stars be with you.